Welcome to The Explainer. You ever get that feeling that just being good at your job isn't quite enough to really get ahead? Well, today, we're diving into the secrets of influence from one of the most powerful books on human relations ever written, Dale Carnegie's masterpiece. Dale Carnegie figured something out a long time ago. Your technical skills, they'll only get you so far. The real game changer, the thing that really separates the leaders from everyone else, isn't just what you know, it's how you connect with people. It all comes down to your ability to deal with people. And no, it's not some kind of magic you're born with. It's a skill. The best part? It's a skill you can learn. And in this explainer, we're going to break down 3 fundamental techniques that will totally change the way you interact with everyone around you. All right, so where do we begin? We start with the first and maybe the most important principle for handling people. If you can master this one thing, you're already way ahead of the curve. Carnegie had this brilliant way of putting it. If you want to get honey, the absolute last thing you should do is kick over the beehive. And guess what? Criticizing, condemning, or complaining, yep, that's kicking the beehive. You're not going to get the result you want. You're just going to get stung. And here's the psychology behind it. Criticism is just plain dangerous because it immediately puts people on the defensive. It wounds their pride, it hurts their sense of importance, and it almost always fires up resentment. I mean, think about it. When was the last time someone criticized you? Did it make you feel all warm and fuzzy and ready to improve? Or did it just tick you off? We see this play out in the real world all the time. Check out this story about a safety coordinator who just couldn't get his workers to wear their hard hats. When he demanded they follow the rules, they resisted. But then he tried something different. He approached them with empathy, asked if the hats were uncomfortable, and explained why they were so important. Suddenly, they were happy to comply. The approach, it's everything. So here's the bottom line. If you really want to change people, you have to start with understanding, not condemnation. I mean, any fool can criticize, and let's be honest, most do. It takes real character and self-control to be understanding and forgiving. Okay, so if criticism is a big no-no, what should we be doing instead? Well, that brings us to our next big idea, and this one gets right to the heart of what makes people tick. Carnegie believed that there's one drive, one urge that's almost as deep as our need for food or sleep, and that is the desire to be important. We all have it. When you fulfill that craving in someone else, you inspire incredible loyalty. But when it's starved, well, that can lead to some pretty desperate behavior. And believe me, this craving is absolutely universal. It's not just for you and me. This desire has driven some of the most famous people in history, presidents, explorers, geniuses, to do incredible things, all because they wanted to feel valued and important. So how do you tap into this powerful urge? It's actually pretty simple, but so few people do it right. Give honest and sincere appreciation. Now, this isn't about laying on cheap, phony flattery. Flattery is fake. Appreciation is real. It's about taking a moment to genuinely see the value in other people and then telling them. It costs you nothing, but it could be the most valuable thing you do all day. And now for our third and final technique. Honestly, this might be the single biggest secret to successfully influencing anyone to do anything. If you get this right, you become unstoppable. Just think about it for a second. When you go fishing, you don't bait the hook with strawberries and cream because that's what you like. You use worms because that's what the fish wants. It's the same with people. The only way on earth to influence other people is to talk about what they want and show them how to get it. It really is that simple. This right here requires a huge mental shift. Look, we are all completely wrapped up in our own problems and our own wants. To influence others, you have to stop thinking about what you want and start seeing the world from their point of view. Before you ask for anything, just pause and ask yourself, okay, what's in it for them? This simple little story just says it all, doesn't it? The farmer and his son failed because they were only thinking about what they wanted. The housemaid? She was the only one who stopped and thought about what the calf wanted. She gave it a reason to cooperate, and it worked like a charm. So the big takeaway here is this. To get anyone to do anything, you have to make them want to do it. Always frame your requests in terms of the other person's benefit. Show them how your idea helps them get what they desire. So there you have it. 3 incredibly powerful principles. 1, don't criticize. 2, give honest appreciation. And 3, focus on what the other person wants. Now let's see what happens when we tie it all together. When you start applying these principles, you can win people to your way of thinking without all the friction and resentment. Suddenly, the goal isn't to be right in an argument anymore. The goal is to build a bridge of understanding and find a better outcome together. It's about collaboration, not conflict. And when you put this into practice, you naturally start to avoid these really common traps. You stop arguing just to win, you stop telling people they're wrong, and you start really seeing things from their side. This is the path to real connection and persuasion, not just in your day-to-day life, but especially in business and marketing. When it's all said and done, this is what it comes down to. A friendly, appreciative approach that respects the other person's dignity and their desires will always, always be more effective than force or criticism. In business and in life, the honey always wins. Look, these aren't just clever tricks. They are time-tested principles about how we as humans operate. They've transformed millions of lives and careers for almost a century. So the real question is, how are you going to use them? What conversations are you going to change? What relationships are you ready to build? And hey, if you want to apply these powerful principles of influence to actually grow your business, we can help with that. We specialize in building marketing and growth systems that are based on a deep understanding of your customers' needs and wants. That way, you can build real connections and drive predictable results. If that sounds interesting, go ahead and book a call with us using the link below to learn more.